Hi everyone, it's Kay from the Papershed UK. Hope you've all had a great weekend. Welcome back to my channel. This is a excited final flip through of the old school detective series that I've been following along with Mandy from Sunflower Indoors. I'm just so excited to get my hands on it. I've managed to get it finished. I've had to make a few alterations because it's turned into a pretty big monster of a project. I have loved every minute of it. It's been fabulous. It's been a great experience to follow through from start to finish with it. Just the theme of it was really great. I've done a lot of research. I've got a lot of things that aren't in the kit that I've used as ephemera for a lot of it, but in saying that though, the kit is absolutely fantastic. I have used as much of the kit as I possibly can, and I literally can't get any more in, to the point that I've actually had to take a journal out of it. So I'm eager to get started, but it is a monster of a size. I'll give you the dimensions now. That is about 7.5 by just over 10.5, and the spine is about 2.25 inches. So it is quite a monster. And as I said, the kit is from Victoria Designs. It is the old school detective kit, which is just lovely. I did buy the deluxe kit. You could make loads with it. It's just a dream to work with. The inspiration definitely came from Mandy at Sunflower Indoors, but to that as well was Susanna from Nonstop Papercrafts, who did a great job on hers. The inspiration that I've had from hers as well has been fantastic. So yes, we'll make a start. I have made it from 2 books from the charity shop. I initially started with a very old music book, which was from the 1900s, and it was very battered and very worn, and I absolutely loved it. But I did it initially with a taped spine, and I didn't like the outcome of it, so I had to change. So I've had 2 of these on the go. So it's been wonderful. So I am going to be able to keep one, which is great. So yes, it is a cloth spine on this one. That's the spine that side, and then this is the spine on the other side. This is like a old version of a underground sign for Whitechapel, which is obviously where the Ripper murders took place. I fastened it with a key and rope system because I think that that's how it would have been closed initially, with a piece of, twine or whatever. So I quite liked that. I was going to tea dye this, but I wanted it to look dirty. And it's quite a neutral kit throughout. There's not much colour into it really. It's very dated. You have this blue mixed in with some pieces, but that's about it. So here comes the first bit, and this is where we have a little bit of ephemera in confidential, because this is the notebook for the police notebook. So this is held in with a elastic like a police notebook, and all it's got in there is just some extras and some odd bits of paper. I can't make anything small. I mean, even that one's probably too fat, but you can change that out and put some more papers in if you wish. I made a pencil holder there as well, to try and keep in with the theme. That paper clip doesn't hold that, that is actually stuck down. This belly band was a design from Susanna at Nonstop Papercrafts, and I think we've all used the same idea because it's a great thing. Love it. We then go into where my top secret envelope is. So this would be the case. I did this, which was inspired by that. And I haven't really decorated this up, to be honest. I wanted to leave it quite plain, just really so that I could keep in with the theme. So the first thing we have is the map of our victims. These victims are actually from the kit. The map is of England there. And yeah, I quite like it. It's quite, I just wanted to sort of go along the lines of how it would look on a police board, really. So that's sort of what I've done with that. These then are my victims. So I'm just trying to move that so that it helps. So these are the victims. These are original places where the Ripper victims were actually found. I've carried on to use these, but purely because the photographs that you find of the victims from the Ripper are quite gruesome, and I didn't really want that in the journal. These are actual statements from the found people. Mary Nichols was actually one of the Ripper victims, but because there was only one woman, I was only able to do the one original. So all of this is true about her. These then open, and this creates quite a long piece for you to journal on. That's just held there with that. Because then it goes on to gentlemen. We've obviously changed his name, his age, and obviously is married and with one child, but whether that's true, I have no idea. These things that are written here are to do with the original events of the second victim to the Ripper. So all of that's quite true. I then have some little cards in here, journaling cards for you to write on. They do go in. This always happens, doesn't it, when you're filming? It does. I know it does. Right, it's going to have to stay. So we then go on to this bit, which is full of ephemera. There's 3 file pockets there, just really for decoration. There's a pocket here and another pocket there. So these are all just pieces of ephemera from the kit. Where's my 3rd and 4th? Here's my 3rd and 4th victim. So here's the 3rd and 4th victim. This was an original place, and so was this. This was the 3rd victim and the 4th victim. Again, these actually relate to the actual victim of the Ripper, but obviously they are not. So I've tried to keep it within a theme. So we open it back up here. This is an unsolved murder case. In here we've got a little tiny booklet with sleeves inside, and that goes in that pocket there. We've got some pockets here with the scene, and these are all more ephemera in there, and a file folder there. And that's our first half done. So then we go on to this section here. This is closed with a policy type closure. This is my little doodad that I stick on the end of my what are they? My string. And I just glossy accent those. So one, it helps because it's it weights, so it weights the string down. This pocket holds a larger booklet, so there's plenty for you to go on there. I could actually only get one of these in. I did think about putting it on there, but I wasn't 100%. And to be honest, I just don't think that I can manage to get it in. Under here is another case. So this is the case, the clear cover. These are all ephemera bits from Jack the Ripper. That's a copy of that actually on vellum. This is a letter. This was, I believe, part of the kit, and I did that on vellum. And then there's a couple of things that was from the kit. These were pictures from the internet, and that is the letter that Jack was supposedly sending to the press. There's plenty of room really in there, quite like, and that just closes. You can leave it like that because it's weighted enough to do that, or you can slide it into the pocket there. And then this opens. This is a big pocket here. This is some pockets that's actually glued on, and that's glued on, and that's another pocket there with some ephemera in. This is an unsolved case, another one. And then we open it this way, and this is where all the memorabilia goes from Jack the Ripper. So in the first bit, we have all of the newspaper clippings from back in the day. So there's some quite gruesome illustrations on that one. This is another police news that explains all about the Ripper and the incidents that took place. This is a newspaper clipping, which is about the letter that he sent to the police. This, I think, is from the kit. So this was just an award on pardon for somebody that was wrongly convicted. This is another paperclip of the mystery of Jack the Ripper. So I've just put some, I've ripped this here and I've just tried to age it a little bit. I've put some of my faux sellotape there. This is another one from the London Evening News. This had some of the gruesome artistry as well. And this was dated Sunday, September the 30th, 1888. So what price it was? 1 penny. That's quite cute. This again is from another clip of a newspaper from the 30th of September. Jack the Ripper murders again. These are a couple of the postcards that he supposedly sent to the thief, and this was another one. So they all fit into there. And then this side we have all of the letters. These have obviously been blown up and photocopied, and all sorts have happened to those over the years. This is part of it. So this, I think, is this here. No, this one here. But there's quite a lot of repetition, I suppose, in those. More postcards from the kit, another letter from the kit. These were some letters that were sent supposedly to the police. That was a suspect. There was another letter from the police, and then this is the map of Whitechapel and where he murdered his victims. So that's quite interesting. So they fit all nicely into there. We've got another pocket on this side for anything that you might want. This is a pocket with a couple of journal cards in, some money. This is a suspect. This is an artist impression of this man. In my head it is anyway. And then we move on to the Ripper suspects. All of these were suspected suspects of the Ripper, to be the Ripper. And so with these that I've actually put on the cards here. So these are just cards I've written, made up names and made up identifications on the subjects. None of that is true to the story. I've done it so that you've got some paper underneath and journaling space. Again, these are all the victims and they've all got writing space underneath. I've got to say, this was just so incredible. I did 7 cards, and when I put it together, I didn't have the space for the last one. So I've just taken off his paper and I've just stuck him down there. So they were all of the Ripper suspects. Unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of being able to do a conclusion in mine, because obviously there was never a conclusion with Jack the Ripper. But there has been lots and lots of speculation. This here is just another mini pocket journal, which has got pictures from papers from the kit as well. These are just the Amazon papers that I've been using, and that belongs in that pocket there. So that isn't it, because I then decided I'd got to have a conclusion, and one of my subscribers actually told me about a documentary that she thought was really, really good. So I watched the documentary, and I've got to say it was quite an eye-opener. And so in here I have what is my conclusion to Jack the Ripper. I've had to do it in 2 parts because there's about 13 pages. And this is the whole scenario with reference to a Charles Cross stroke Lechmere, a Swedish gentleman called Christoph, who was a Scandinavian journalist, and he got some pretty damning evidence with regards to Jack the Ripper himself, and he came up with the conclusion, and he convinced me. So, you know, it is a product of our day and age, but this is the gentleman who was supposedly the real Jack the Ripper. His name was Charles Allen Lechmere. He did live in Mile End in London. He was married. He was quite a wealthy man. He died in December 1920 at the age of 71. And yeah, that is who we think is Jack the Ripper. So I hope you've really enjoyed the series. So I hope you've all enjoyed that and coming along with on the journey with me. It's been a fantastic journey for me. I've thoroughly enjoyed every aspect of the lap book, making it, thinking it through, doing the research on it and getting all the information and true facts. It's been fabulous. I so encourage you to try it. It's just brilliant. So thanks to everybody that has joined me on the journey, and hopefully that you've all enjoyed it as much as I have. So thanks to each and every one of you who have watched and commented. I really, really appreciate it all. It is helping me to grow my channel, and you know, I just love doing this sort of thing. So thanks again. I will be back very, very soon. Bye for now.